Hello, welcome to another Crafter Camper video. In this video I'm going to be fiberglassing my ceiling. So as you can see here behind me, I've actually got all the ply on the ceiling. It's only 5.5mm ply. I've managed to cut it and nail it to the roof. And I'm currently at the end of, well, what I'm hoping is the end of like a cold flu sort of debacle. So if I sound a bit ill, it's because I am. So anyway, so a bit of an update on where I got to from when I was installing the fan. As a result of installing the fan, I've now insulated the whole of the ceiling. I've put some wooden fairing strips up, so they're like 18mm ply, and that's given me something to actually nail the ply to. So as I said, I was going to use aluminium tape to basically seal all the joints. So I've used that closed cell foam, and then to like self-adhesive foam to attach it to the ceiling, and then the rigid insulation, and then self-adhesive like foil bubble to go over it. And then I've sealed all the joints and all the way around. So I'm hoping that there's very little in the way of access for moisture to actually get to that metal surface. Talked about this in a previous video, so if you haven't seen that, if this is the first time you come into it, do go and have a look. I'll leave a link up here for you to go and have a look at. So then I've cut these pieces of ply down. These were full 2.4 by 1.2 meter sheets, or 8x4 if that's how you work. And I bought a track saw kit. So it uses my existing DeWalt battery circular saw. I didn't want to buy another one of those. So it's a track. And there's like a plate that goes on it, and it gives me this perfect straight line, which is giving me these really lovely joins. You can't really see it. I'm not going to try and show you because it's so, the gap is so minute. Actually, I'm so happy with how that's turned out. So yeah, so I've cut those and then obviously nailed them to the roof. Started at the front, worked my way back, and yeah, cut out the hole for the front sensor. And then I've also, that's like the intruder sensor, and then obviously cut out the hole for the fan. Nearly forgot that. When I put the board up, I nearly nailed it up without the cutout, and that would have completely negated all of the fan installation. So yeah, so that's the hard bit. Well, not really the hard bit. I think the hard bit's going to come in this next part. So here on the table I have 4 pieces of fiberglass that I've cut to size, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stick a single layer of fiberglass to my ceiling. And I've not done fiberglassing before. My first attempt was yesterday. I actually fiberglassed the top of my sacrificial workbench. I just used this piece of ply on a couple of sawhorses just to have like a portable workbench, and I thought I'd fiberglass that first just to have a go, and actually it turned out quite well, but gravity was holding it down. My sort of first proper project, or proper go at doing more than one layer, well, at least more than one piece, is going to be doing it on a ceiling. So I think there's probably a really good reason why most people use gravity to hold it down. So I must admit, I am a little bit worried as to how well this is going to go. But, you know, there's only one way to find out. So yeah, I apologise about wearing a hat. I don't want to get resin in my hair. That's honestly the reason why. I know I look ridiculous wearing a hat backwards. This is not the 90s. I am not in my early 20s. Because my head is quite close to the ceiling, I don't want to get resin in my hair, because I'm not too sure how I'd get it out. Don't really fancy washing my hair with acetone, and I don't really want to go and shave all my hair off, because I will look even more ridiculous than wearing a hat backwards for one episode. So anyway, that's the job for today, is get this fiberglassed, because then once that's done, the next plan to finish, you know, to almost like decorate it, is to then we're going to use wallpaper. Sophie's found this really nice, predominantly white wallpaper, so I feel like we have a ceiling, but it's got like a little silver chevron pattern in it, and that should give like a really subtle decoration to it whilst not putting too much colour into it. And we're hoping that a white ceiling will make it feel a bit higher than it really is. So I've talked for quite a long time, I think, so I think what I need to do is stop procrastinating and get on with it. I just need to go and grab some plastic sheet and just cover over my workbench and just protect all of the things that I don't want to get resin dripping on, and then yeah, start mixing the resin, sticking it up, putting the glass up. How wrong can it go? I guess we're all about to find out. This is new on me, so if this is new to you, we're going to learn together. Right, so I have 684 grams of resin in this pot, and what I need to do next is put about 20 grams of activator in, and then give it a mix and get it up on the ceiling. So I'm going to wet out the plywood first, and then stick what's essentially the dry woven fiberglass sheet to it, and then try and wet that out. So I'm hoping that there's going to be enough tackiness in the resin on the plywood to sort of hold it up there whilst I'm wetting it out. Otherwise I'm going to end up going I don't know, berserk. It's just gonna, I don't know, we'll see. It'll either work or it won't. So anyway, right, let's just do that. Right, so ever so gently, because I don't want to put more in. 19, 20. Lovely. 20 grams of activator. So give this a good mix. Needs a really good stir. So I'm doing this in the month of March. What is it? Today is the 5th of March. And it's not particularly cold, like warm outside. It's quite cold. Which in one good thing means I don't feel too hot wearing long sleeves when working with fiberglass. But also, I think resin needs a bit of warmth to actually activate and go off and set. So I think the cold will actually mean that it won't go off too quickly. But I don't know. The table managed to set quite happily within a couple of hours, so that's why I'm quite happy to do this today. But we'll see. Right, let's take the brush out of there. And then we'll pour some of this into this tray and then start applying it to the ceiling. And as I said, when doing the cutting the hole in the roof, here goes something, because it ain't nothing. Right, let's start down the front. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge of the ceiling because I don't want to get it on the carpet. So I'm just going to put a layer on. So you might be confused as to why I'm doing this. Primarily, I'm hoping what it does is it stops the joints in my ceiling from flexing when I'm driving and causing cracking in the ceiling finish. But also the resin will make this surface of the ceiling waterproof, so it won't absorb moisture. So it's as much for that as anything else, really. I think I've got to work a bit quicker than I am now. So anyway, right, I'll stop gassing and probably do a time lapse for this, so that you guys just get to see the work rather than me just talking. See you in a bit.
I can't stand, no matter how hard you try. You're wearing down.
Almost forgot. Started the job, didn't put my PPE on. I'm going to take my glasses off, I think. And I've got some safety goggles down here. So you really can't hear me now. I'm all muffled. So
And all you ever see is blue. I can see that it's wearing you down. And I know when when you pick yourself off of the ground. You were constantly working things out. And you do without making a sound. You try and you're battling life. It's constantly bringing you down. I can see that you're working things out. It's a fine line between seeing that you need a new start, changing everything that you are, just to find your way through the dark. I can see that it's wearing you down, and I know when you pick yourself off of the ground. You were constantly working things out, and you do without making a sound. You try and you battle in life. It's constantly bringing you down. I can see that you're working things out. All the ropes that hold you up start to fray and loosen off. You cry, you cry. Every tear's a wasted drop. Don't need the ropes to hold you up. Don't cry, oh, please don't cry. Oh, you were constantly working things out. Oh, and you do without making a sound. You try and you're battling life. It's constantly bringing you down.
I think it's fair to say I'm fighting a losing battle. Just, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Gravity, yeah, I'm fighting gravity. You can't turn off gravity. You know, science. But, oh, that's annoying. Yeah, I think I'll just add it to my tabletop, as I got resin all over this trying to wet it out. And yeah, I think I'll give this up as a bad idea, and I'll just resin the wood instead, and then we'll put the wallpaper over the top of that. Hopefully the wallpaper stays up and I don't end up with that all over the floor as well. So yeah, this isn't going to work. Frustrating, really. It's a problem when you only do things on your own. This is really a 3-person job, and I don't have another 2 people to help me. And even then I'm not too sure if it would work. Right, let's take this down and put it on here.
Try and you're battling life. It's constantly bringing you down. Oh, I can see that you're working things out. Oh, you were constantly working things out. Oh,
Right, well, that's been a failure on many levels. Yeah. Lesson learned. The first time you try to do something, don't try and do it the most difficult way possible. Oh well, I'll laugh about this. And even this hasn't gone very well. All the resin's gone to jelly now, and it's yeah, there's not enough of it around here, so I don't know, sand it back I guess. But yeah, oh well. Right, I'll let this lot dry, and then I'll make up another batch of resin, and then just resin the rest of the ceiling, I think, and that'll have to do it. So yeah, sorry, not everything's a win, But I'll be back in a bit to finish this off. Well, not quite what I was expecting to do today. Well, sort of. I was expecting to put resin on the ceiling, but I was expecting to put fiberglass on top of it, or underneath it, or I don't know what the right adjective is. But yeah, slight disappointment. Well, yeah, massive disappointment. But not completely unsurprising, to be honest. I'm fighting gravity, so yeah. But at least I've got something that will protect the wood, so it will stop the wood from going mouldy. At least on this side, the underside's not protected. So yeah, so I think that's where we'll leave this one. Yeah, just a bit disappointed, really. I'm sorry for you guys that you've watched me go through this, but you know, it's not necessarily off the shelf. This, you know, like if I could turn the van upside down and put it on its roof, and without damaging the van, obviously, I could do it, but I can't. So I'm always trying to find different ways of doing things and seeing what works and what doesn't. And I think we found that this one doesn't work. So yeah. So anyway, if you have got this far, thank you so much for watching. The next video will probably be putting wallpaper on the ceiling. Hopefully that goes better than the fiberglass, and actually it will stick better. I don't know. I've never done wallpapering before, so this could go just as disastrously wrong as trying to fiberglass the ceiling. So, you know, but anyway, thanks for watching, and you'll see me on the next one. Goodbye.